You ever noticed how a river never questions the path it's taken? It simply flows, carving its way through the landscape, shaping the world as it moves forward. As you hear these words, you can begin to wonder, what if the past was never a weight, but the very thing shaping your strength? Because right now, as you listen, you can notice something shifting inside, a deep realization bubbling up, that every thought, every emotion, every belief about yourself was simply a story that was waiting for you to rewrite it. And isn't it fascinating how the only judgment that ever truly mattered was the one you placed on yourself? That once you let go of that, the world around you shifts. And you're beginning to see that now, aren't you? That every outside reflection was only ever mirroring your own self-perception. And the moment you choose a new perception, the mirror changes. And as you let that sink in, you can feel it now, the power in your breath. The way each inhale fills you with clarity. The way each exhale releases an old belief that no longer serves you. Because you're not your past. You're not your mistakes. You're not bound by old fears, old rules, old limitations. And as you sit there or stand, or feel yourself present in this moment, you might even start to feel a sense of lightness, as if something heavy is lifting off your shoulders. That's right, letting go, releasing, moving forward, because the past is a lesson, not a life sentence. And just imagine what happens when you step into this new reality. A reality where you hold your head high, where no judgment can shake you, because deep inside, you know who you are. You know your worth. You know your power. And doesn't it feel incredible to realize that fear was never an enemy, but a doorway? A doorway that, once walked through, reveals an entirely new world. A world where challenges aren't threats but opportunities. Where every so-called attack is simply a push towards greater strength. Because you've already won the moment you decided to let go, to breathe, to trust, to step fully into your own reality. So now, as you consider all this, I wonder, what will you do next? What becomes possible when you allow yourself to fully embrace this power? And maybe, just maybe, you're already starting to feel it, aren't you? Because what if, all along, you're never truly afraid of their judgment? What if the only thing that ever held weight was your own? Because as you sit here, and these words begin to sink into the deepest layers of your mind, you start to notice something shifting, an unravelling, a release. A realization that for so long, you lived by rules you never needed, bound by beliefs that were never truly yours, carrying a weight that was never meant to be carried. And isn't it interesting how the mind so cleverly constructs walls, limitations, rules, to keep itself safe, when in reality, the only thing they've ever done is to keep you caged. And now you see it clearly. You were never broken, never beyond repair, never unworthy. You simply held on to a belief that no longer serves you. And the moment you let it go, the moment you release it, something incredible happens. A lightness shift, a breaking of chains that were never locked to begin with. Because mistakes, they're not chains, they're lessons. And you're not your past. You're not your mistakes. You're not bound by any judgment, yours or anyone else's. You are the creator, the architect, the force that chooses what matters, what stays and what disappears into the abyss of irrelevance. And so now you decide, do you release it? Do you let it all go? Because the moment you do, the outside world shifts. You notice how the judgments fade, the opinions blur, and all that remains is your truth. And what if What if judgment was never an enemy? What if it was simply a trigger, waking you up to a deeper truth, that you are unbreakable, that you're not here to be accepted, you're here to be free. And the more they question you, the more you stand taller, the more they doubt, the more you know who you are. Because now, you no longer expect the worst, no longer flinch at an attack, no longer retreat in fear. Now you expect strength, you expect resilience, you expect to rise. Doesn't it feel good to know that every challenge is an activation, a reminder of your power? And as this truth settles into the deepest part of your being, you feel it, a fire and knowing, a power that was always there, just waiting for you to claim it. And now you do. Hold your head high. Let them judge you. Let them doubt. Let them underestimate, because soon they'll see exactly why you've always known, that you are limitless, aren't you?